Hi, my name is Julianne Nagle, and I am the very excited and proud founder of the Garden of Vegan. You know, I never in a million years thought that I would be the owner and founder of a food truck. But you know what? It came about very organically. In 2001, I was formally diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Well, I took the medication that is typical for multiple sclerosis, and it is very expensive. That medication did not help to cure it. All it did was slow down what is called an exacerbation, a flare-up. So I really had a very low quality of health. And so I wanted a difference. Well, as it were, my company that I am blessed to be with sent us to China. So I sought out the oldest pharmacy in the world in Beijing. I went and saw what they call a professor instead of a doctor. They never ever ask you once what is wrong with you. He simply looked into my eyes, checked my skin, checked my tongue, and then did my pulse. He just held on to both of my wrists, and then he didn't speak any English, and he only knew my first name, and then he would say something to his nurse, and the nurse would then ask me questions in English. Does this happen to you? I would say yes. Does this happen to you? Yes. Does this happen to you? Yes. He is spot on every single time. So after just about 15 minutes of asking me questions, he gave his quote-unquote diagnosis. He said that my kidneys were shutting down and that was very serious and that we needed to take care of that. She told me about the different herbs that I would be taking, no drugs, but herbs that come from the earth. We left Beijing. My friend and I went into the back country in China and we were hiking. And as we were hiking, I started to notice how healthy all those people out of the westernized part of China were. They were so healthy. No dementia, no Alzheimer's, no frailty of any sort. And at that moment, I decided that's how I want to get old. I became very aware that they ate very little meat, if any. What they did eat was fresh out of those gardens that they had, and they ate a lot of vegetables and not a lot of anything else but plant-based. Well, I came home and I became very, very aware of my diet. So I decided that I would make a difference in my eating, and I would cut back on meats and cut back on dairy and cheese and eat more plants. Well, that is what I did for 6 months, took the herbs. Well, in 2014, May 27th, my horse and I, we went for a little ride up a canyon. And when we were riding up a hill, it was a sand hill, my friend was ahead of me walking. My horse clipped the hill with his hoof and fell to his chest. And when a horse gets down like that, they've got to get up, so they roll to their side, they tuck their legs, and it takes all strength to push all that weight upright. Well, as he pushed upright, we went over backwards, and I broke his fall. He crushed me, which he is 16 and a half hands high and about between 14 to 1600 pounds. I looked up and I was under his belly. He carefully stepped over my broken body, got up on that hill. He couldn't hold his weight. I watched his body shake, and all that weight came down and hit me. From my neck to my tailbone snapped. And again, he got up to get out of my way. We were parallel at this point, and I watched his body shake again, and he came down and he hit me for the third time. The injuries were so dramatic. It had ruptured my bladder, my ribs were all broken, it ripped my shoulder, ripped my knee, and the worst part was it had taken my pelvis and crushed it like an accordion. I was broken from head to toe. I could not move my legs no matter how hard I tried. After they took me to the hospital, they informed me that if I made it through the surgeries, I would probably never walk again. Well, I'm pretty strong-willed, and I decided that they were wrong and that I was going to heal. I know for a fact that plant-based eating and being cognizant of what is at the end of my fork was what spared my life. It's what made me have the strength for my body to be able to heal. I had amazing doctors, amazing surgeons, lots of surgeries, but I'll tell you what, my body could withstand because of the fuel, the food that I had been giving it over that last 6 months. I can hike mountains, I can get back on my horse again, I can lift bales of hay, and I can drive a dump truck, and now a food truck. I believe I'm here today because I have a story to share. And that adventure with my horse was something that I could learn from, and grow from, and then be passionate about sharing. My mission is to share what I've learned. We can heal our bodies, heal our planet by what we eat and how we eat it. Plant-based, even if you do it 1 or 2 days a week to start out, you're going to be making a difference. And together we can right the wrongs and make this planet an amazing place that we as a human family all share. Come join me at the Garden of Eden and find your inner peace. I'll see you there.